Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Jason Stewart.
And I'm Beth Elliott.
And welcome to Something Building. Today we're going to be talking about starting up a business. Finding the need. Finding the need to provide a service or a product. And let's see, what do you have to say, Beth?
Nothing really.
Nothing at all? That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the top 10 business ideas of 2012. We're getting this information from about.com, entrepreneurs. And the first one they say is webpreneur. And I think that's about building websites and helping people get set up on social medias and Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and Pinterest. And that's.
In my personal opinion, I don't think LinkedIn is really that friendly when it comes to, allowing you to add people.
Really?
You have a LinkedIn account, don't you?
I do, but I don't use it too much because it's really basically a bunch of professional people that use it. And I don't know. I just never really played around with it too much, but I probably need to.
Well, I have one, and for some reason, it's just really hard to try and connect with other people. You have to know people and know people and know people, and if you only know one person, you're basically up a creek without a paddle.
Because you're only going to get that one person?
Exactly.
Okay, well, tell me what you think the easiest social media site is.
The easiest I would definitely say would be meetme.com. Because today I discovered that there's a little section, you can actually request 20 friends at one time. And I did it. But, our social experiment's not quite done yet.
Right. Okay, so I think that Facebook is pretty easy.
It can be, but, if you request a lot of people to be your friend, you will end up getting in trouble for it. Because they do send out warnings, they send out notifications, and then they keep you from being able to accept more people. Whereas meetme.com, they don't care.
You can just meet as many people as you want. It doesn't matter if you know them or not.
Exactly.
Okay. And, we're experimenting with Pinterest. That's a new social media site, I guess, I don't know. We're still experimenting with that one. But you can check it out, Pinterest.com. And let's go on to number 2 of the best top 10 businesses to start is a consultant. Getting into consulting is relatively simple. All you have to do is know how to do something better than most people do. And be able to either teach people how to do it or be willing to do it for them. Okay, that's pretty good, like networking and setting up Facebook and posting on Facebook for people. There's a lot of people that do that.
Oh, yeah.
They that's their business, is to network and, I guess that would be kind of like a PR person. Don't you think?
There's also this guy that has created his own business. He advertises your business on a T-shirt, and he does very well at it. He's very successful about it.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of his subscribers.
Awesome. And then the number 3 is house sitting and pet sitter. I guess people will, probably need someone to stay in their house while they're going on vacation or babysit their pets or whatever. I don't know. Especially since 9/11, people are, they want to be more secure with someone being on their property, I guess. I guess it would be an okay business. And then number 4, we have professional organizer. That would be something.
That is very popular right now.
It is.
Especially since a couple of years ago those shows started up. I know what people are thinking. It's Trading Spaces and hoarders and things like that. You've got organizers going in, organizing your stuff, getting rid of, what you don't need. It's very popular. There was even on the Style Network a TV show, and I can't remember what it was called because they don't air it anymore as far as I'm aware. But, the Amandas, that's what it was called, the Amandas. And that's what they did here in Birmingham. They actually came through, organized your stuff, got rid of all the excess that you didn't need. They helped you purge through it all. And she's very successful at it.
Right. I mean, I would think that would be a big business to start, helping people get organized. And I'm sure people would probably pay a pretty penny for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's something to think about. All right, let's move along to number 5, which really, this was really shocking to me when I read it. But number 5 is an Avon independent sales representative. Now, Avon has been around as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think they've gone online, and I think they're a lot bigger than they ever was. So, if you're into, Avon sells all kind of stuff.
Well, I will admit this. One of the few things that I have read within the past week is, especially the Corks and Campus site, one thing that never goes out of style during a recession is going to be makeup, entertainment, and something else. I can't remember what the third one was. But, makeup being top one.
Right. Okay, good deal. Well, Avon, it's like a recession-proof business, like Beth said, and it's very inexpensive to get started. And I think their annual sales are about $6 billion. So that's not a bad business to start if that's something that you like to do. Then we'll move on to number 6, which is personal services. I guess that would be going shopping for someone, grocery store shopping, running errands, more like a personal assistant.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And that's becoming very popular because a lot of people that don't have time to do anything, they're all so busy. And so they need someone to help them do their grocery shopping, run to the bank, do just general errands.
Okay, if the people could have seen my face, I don't think I could trust anybody to go to the bank with my stuff.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's like somebody rustling through your underwear drawer. It's not something you want people doing. Oh, yeah, I went there.
Probably not. And then we'll move along to number 7, desktop publishing.
That's me.
It's an amazing how people have a computer and still don't know how to make a decent flyer.
Oh, very true.
So people can start a business creating business cards, flyers, any kind of stationery for people. That's pretty big business.
That's what I did in college to bring in a little extra income. I actually had a little printing company in college. It's nothing to use your, home printer and your computers. There's lots of programs out there that'll help you that basically come with your computer.
Right. And there's a lot of people that don't know how to use them, even if they come with a computer, right?
Exactly.
So that's something that you could help people do. And then we'll go to number 8, which is tutoring. You tutor kids, high school, elementary, middle school, tutoring, just helping them do their homework and learning the courses. And then we'll move on to number 9, which is eBay seller. eBay has been very popular for years. And a lot of people make a lot of money, and a lot of people spend a lot of money trying to sell on eBay. Because don't they charge you a fee to put items on there?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think they charge you a fee, but it's something that you have to play around with and do some more research. I don't know too much about eBay. I don't sell stuff on eBay, so I don't know. But that's very interesting. And number 10 is secretarial service: typing, transcripting, proofreading. It's very low budget to start a company like that or a small business like that, and I'm sure people would do it. Attorneys, small attorneys that are like a one-man show, that they hire secretarial services like that to do it on the side or in their spare time. So, that's something that you could do. Sounds pretty good. So we go over the top 10, but, the way that we usually do it is, we help. I would think that people would, go out in, their communities and find out what would be a good service to offer. I think Beth has an idea for a business.
Well, it's not necessarily an idea. It's more of an invention.
Okay.
There are lots of needs out there. This weekend, or before the weekend, I actually found out about two young ladies who in their neighborhood got together one day, and one was pregnant, and she always, from the very beginning, wants to know what she's going to have. And she and another friend got together and went to a lab and partnered with them, and they actually invented a you can't necessarily call it a pregnancy test. It was more of a kind of like the same thing, but, this test will tell you if you're going to have a boy or a girl. And there's like
a gender.
Yeah, it's a gender test.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Right. That's really interesting to me on how they even could develop something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's all in the chemistry and...
I can tell you for a fact, if, my husband and I were anything like the Duggars, I would be buying those tests in bulk. Because the Duggars are like 20 children.
Right.
I would be buying it in bulk.
Yeah.
Because I would always want to know.
Absolutely. Well, you can visit us online at somethingbuilding.com and like us on Facebook at somethingbuilding. Well, let me see. Facebook.com/somethingbuilding. And you can also give us a call, toll free at 877-921-5488. We'd like to hear from you. Later on, we'll be having an interview with Christy Reed, and I believe she is in Alaska. Is that
definitely
correct?
In Alaska.
Yeah, we'll be doing an interview with her. And, of course, it's pre-recorded. We did it earlier in the week. And she has a business that she started in Alaska. She was filling the need. She found the need, and she's developed it. And that'd be good to hear from her in a little bit. Absolutely. So if any of you have any ideas on how to, well, not how to start a business, but any ideas on people that could start a business, any ideas of finding the need of something, give us a call, 877-921-5488, or you can call us at 718-766-4948, and let's see what else we can talk about. You have anything you want to add to stuff, Beth?
Well, actually, I'm looking up currently on my tablet the Gilbreth family.
Uh-huh.
And, a lot of people have heard about Cheaper by the Dozen and Bells on Their Toes. This was a father who actually went through and created his own business. He was Frank Bunker Gilbreth Sr. He actually created a business with his wife, Lily, and what they did was actually go around to different industries back in the possibly 20s and definitely during the 30s before Mr. Gilbreth passed away from a heart attack, heading to a convention to speak at. But they went through and basically organized, showed people how to eliminate wasteful time and produce better. And that was one of the things that they did so well at.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Eliminating steps that really weren't needed in order to, get a better product out there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Sounds great.
Oh yeah, his wife was in very high demand, especially the 70s, 60s, way after Mr. Gilbert passed away.
Mhm.
And people still sent her stuff to test, and she would write a report on it and send it back to them, telling them what she felt was the best part about the product and what could be improved about the product.
Right. Because always, everybody has a product, but there are always ways to improve the product. Or
Very correct. You have to have testers out there.
Right, and shorten the production.
Whether you're testing it yourself, which I do not highly recommend testing it yourself. It's always best to have somebody else test it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because if you're using technology, what your computer will pull up for you will not pull up for somebody else. That's the thing of it.
Right, because it'll do different stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Different things will pull up and different explanations and descriptions and, right.
Yeah, so if you're actually, using technology, you have Facebook, get a few trusted friends together, create a little account, a little group within Facebook, and put them in it and send them the information. Or, start a Dropbox account. Dropbox is free, 100%, and it's kind of like the cloud. And you can share information between different people. Get them your product out if it's technology-based, web-based, whatever. Have them test it, and then send you back a report, or, follow back up with them. Well, what did you think about this? How did it work on that? That's the way to do it. Test it for free.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And Dropbox, you can set up an account there at Dropbox.com.
Correct.
And that's free, and you can share it with your friends and share files and actually you share anything, documents, music, any kind of file you need. It doesn't matter what size it is. You can drop it right in there. Well, I think they have a size limit for the whole drop. Isn't it like 2 gigabytes?
I do believe so. It's a really great product, Dropbox.com.
Mm-hmm.
And the more people that you add that do not have a Dropbox account, the more space that you actually get in your Dropbox.
Oh, so the more people that you invite to set up a Dropbox account, the more space you get?
Yeah, and you get it for free.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's word of mouth. That's how they advertise, spreading via word of mouth. I use Dropbox all the time. I'd never heard about it until my computer guy actually, told me about it, sent me the link.
Right.
But, I use it every day.
I do too. I use it in, my business that I do. But I pay for it because I had to have more space. But it's very cheap. It's like $10 a month. And I have it throughout my offices here in Alabama. But that's good. I love it. And then we talk about Facebook. People do advertising on Facebook all the time. I don't know if you've ever done any advertising on Facebook. I have.
No, I have not. I'm relying solely on word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Well, that's the best advertising, word of mouth. But sometimes you have to do a little extra mile. You have to do the extra mile. And of course, I do a lot of advertising in print, online, Facebook. Never done it on Twitter. I don't know about advertising on Twitter, but I'm sure that I'll learn more about that later on. If any of you have done any advertising on Facebook, Twitter, we'd like to hear from you. Call us toll free at 877-921-5488. And you can also visit us online at www.somethingbuilding.com. And we're going to move on to... You fixing to say something, Deb?
Well, I was going to say, if anybody out there that still listens, anybody out there that listens to the show live, if you use MySpace, this is one question that came up between Jason and I last night. Do people still use MySpace? I haven't used my MySpace account in forever. At least 2 years.
I haven't even logged into MySpace. I think I forgot my login information.
I forgot all mine. Nobody uses it anymore, just about. But I know people do still use it out there.
I'm sure they do because it's still available.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Would they use MySpace for advertising?
Would they?
Yeah, would
That's
they?
interesting. I don't know. So if any of you use MySpace, give us a call. 877-921-5488. We'd like to hear from you and your input on MySpace. So Facebook, I don't know. I kind of like Facebook better than any of them.
Facebook is a lot easier to use, especially when you're chatting with friends or people that you're getting ready to know or getting to know. You know, it's a lot easier. If you go to meetme.com and you're trying to send messages back and forth to people, they don't have a pop-up chat where, you know, you can see they're typing and, you know, doing this and that. You have to either refresh or go back to home. That's one of the drawbacks about meetme.com.
Right. I haven't really got into meetme.com yet. I'm still exploring that. It's not my favorite.
You have to look past, you know, some things on there.
You're right. I'm sure you do. I mean, the same with Facebook. You have to overlook a lot of stuff on Facebook because they do have a lot of advertising on Facebook also. So,
oh, yeah. And if you click the wrong thing on meetme.com, you're looking at videos and other such, and you're like, no, and it takes so long to get back to the other page where you were originally at.
But advertising on Facebook, Twitter, meetme.com, I'm sure it's very valuable.
Oh, yeah. You generate a lot more, you know, traffic to your site. But if you just can't afford it, it's better to just start collecting friends, like, I don't know, you're collecting, you know, coupons or something.
Oh, coupon. There's a lot of people that advertise, like on Groupon.com.
I have not really got into Groupon.com. I'm sure it's going to be something I'm eventually going to set up with.
Very, very popular. People, I mean, businesses will put a coupon on Groupon.com, and they just get gobs of business from that coupon. You know, in my services, I don't offer any kind of coupons or anything. I mean, I offer discounts, but I don't really offer a coupon. You know.
I would be able to do coupons to generate more traffic to my website. You know, because, you know, even though they're ebooks and audiobooks and interactive books and all this other type books, you know, people want a discount no matter what it is.
All right. That's true. Well, let's go ahead and tell the listeners exactly what kind of business you have.
Like I said last week, I have an e-publishing business.
Mm-hmm. And you publish books and
I've written nothing out. Everything is e-published. It's all digital format. It can all be downloaded instantly. You'll have it, you know, the moment that you click on it to purchase it. You have it.
And so, you know, tell me what kind of clients that you're looking for.
Authors to publish with me?
Yes.
Basically anyone that would like to do it. We're exploring with poetry right now. And with poetry, you know, that's a whole different realm. So that would be a definitely different way to approach it through the digital age versus, you know, most poetry, you normally only find it in coffee table books. One author in particular, Shel Silverstein, he was very popular at selling a lot of his poetry books, but he wrote a lot of poetry books. I mean, a lot. He even wrote songs for Loretta Lynn.
Okay.
He was very popular.
Okay, so you offer your services nationwide?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Okay, so any author that wants to get e-published, they would just need to just contact you, and you can set everything up for them, and you promote their books, or?
I do the promotion. I do everything. I do not ask the writers and authors to pay me anything for it. You know, because it's not right. You've worked hard as a writer to come up with your stories and your ideas. Why should you have to pay somebody to print you? In my personal opinion, that's the way I feel. And most publishing companies, they only give you 10% of your hard-earned work.
So if you don't charge them anything, how do you make money?
I give them 50% and I keep 50%. 50% is mine for the advertising and for the work that I put into it.
Okay.
And that's it.
So it's a 50-50.
Instead of them get 10%, they get 50%. If it's a children's book, they get about 25% because, the illustrator has to be paid. So, 25% goes to the illustrator and then 25% goes to the author for a children's book. That's the way that one's set up.
Okay, good deal.
But I do pay the illustrator, flat out fee out front before I have him do anything because I don't want to feel dirty.
Dirty? Wow.
That's the way I feel about it. I don't want to feel dirty. Because, you send work out to people, and if they send it back and you never pay them,
right.
That's just wrong.
It is. I agree. Well, I have a document preparation business here in Alabama, and I'm just statewide. I'm not nationwide or worldwide. I just work in Alabama. And I also publish a tidbits in Hoover, Alabama.
Hoover, Alabaster, Helena, and Pelham.
True.
You got to go the whole
I do
length.
4 little cities in Alabama.
Say it every single week. You've got to say it.
And that's true. And, what this show is all about is it's mainly educational. It helps people get an idea of a business that, that they can start. And it gives a better idea of people that have a business on different products and technologies out there that can better serve your business and your clients. And, we talk about all different kind of issues that come with owning a business and running a business. And what we do is we're trying to do an educational show that is going to help people improve their overall business operations. So
yes, because when I first started my business, if there was a radio show out there like this, I would have jumped on board to listen to it every single week. No, there was nothing out there like this. I had to buy books and books and more books and more books. My shelves are filled with books on starting my business. They don't teach you how to do what I do. There's no school for it.
Right. And there's not, well, I mean, there's classes and courses you can take on, business, starting a business or business operations. And, I mean, there's courses out there, but they don't teach you everything.
Yeah, they don't teach you everything. And the books tell you to do certain things that you really don't need to do.
True. They overboard it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, like the list
course,
of everything you absolutely have to have that you have to, send into the state or whatever. You got to account for everything. And honestly, you really don't. You don't have to have 5 different lines just in case the phone rings. Heck, we have a friend right now that does all of his business, and he doesn't even advertise with his telephone number. There's no point in it because he's all web-based. So it's better for clients to contact him through his website. And he is like one of the best in the business. Honest to God. He's one of the best in the business.
Right. And, if you run an online business, of course, you would need to be contacted online through email and through contact us forms on the website. Right. But if you have an office area, an office complex, you're in the office building or you have a retail store, of course you're going to need a phone.
Oh, yeah.
So people can call and ask questions if you have different products and blah, blah, blah.
What would you think would be the best type phone service to use? Would you pay, out the badonkadunk for, phone service, or would you try and go as cheaply as possible when you first start out?
Oh, it would be bare minimum.
Magic Jack!
Magic Jack.
Magic Jack.
The only problem with Magic Jack, you have to have high-speed internet service to power it.
Which a lot of people do have. They are going that route.
Actually, I do have voice over IP, which is the same thing as Magic Jack. I do have all that in my offices.
And how much does that cost you a month or a year or whatever?
Oh, it's very cheap. They're like $25 a month.
A month? I pay $30 a year.
With Magic Jack, yeah.
Yes, with Magic Jack.
Yeah.
So I have 2 Magic Jacks that I actually work with.
I mean, it's a good service. I personally don't like it.
Why not?
the quality is pretty bad.
I don't think it's pretty bad. I think it's great.
I
have no problem.
Well, it all depends on what you have it connected to. If you have it connected to an old computer, you're going to have very bad sound quality.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. But the best thing to do is actually have your computer directly linked to your router through your high-speed internet. And that makes the quality so much better.
It does. It does.
Yeah. I don't have any problem
if the power goes out, you have no phone service.
Unless you have a smartphone or an iPhone and you've got it set up.
Well, that's wireless service.
Yes, that's wireless service, but you can still have, an opportunity to use your Magic Jack.
Through your wireless
service. And still be able to work through, your computers wirelessly.
With the power
We had a
out.
tornado hit our area.
With the power out, your Magic Jack still works?
Yes, because I have generators. I have a generator that powers my refrigerator and all my computer equipment.
Well, that's not what you said a while ago. You said your iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone. I have a smartphone, and there is actually this program called Quick Test that I got in the Google Market. I didn't have to program my phone or anything. And even if I'm out and about and I need to use the internet, I just pull up my smartphone, click on that app, and all of a sudden I'm wireless. I don't have to worry about anything. You've got this look on your face like you're a freak.
I don't think she had enough coffee today.
3 large cups.
We're going to move on to our interview with Christy Reed. And she is in Alaska. And she has a resale consignment shop. And we're going to go ahead and play that for you right now.
Okay, guys, we have with us, pre-recorded, Christy Reed, and she owns Valdez Reselling Consignment, Gently Used, and New Items. Now, Christy, what was your inspiration for creating this business?
Well, first, being from Alabama myself, I'm going to correct you on the Valdez, which everyone did to me when I arrived here.
Sorry.
It's Valdez. That's okay. My husband was relocated here to Valdez, Alaska, and there was very limited shopping, so I saw a need, and things are very expensive here, and I like to antique, flea market, consignment shop, so we just bounced around opening a resale consignment shop here and just went for it. And here we are.
Wonderful. Now, what was the hardest part about starting your business?
I would have to say being new to a very small town, there's a population of only about 4,000, which I think is very small growing up in Mobile. Just the unknown, if I would have enough consignment inventory to come in to fill the shop was my biggest concern. Because shipping is very expensive to just, we looked at just stocking a store with new merchandise, and that just wasn't an option. Shipping is outrageous here, so we wanted to go the consignment route. And but they build it and they will come, so they say, and they did.
Oh, definitely. Now, how long have you been in business there?
Well, November 1st will be our 1-year anniversary. We are a new business. I secured the lease on the space October 1st, and we opened November 1st. Last year.
Now, do you have any employees?
Right now, it's just myself over the summer while I was able to go back to Alabama and visit with family and friends. And during the summer months, we were pretty busy. I have a friend that I met here, and she was able to help me out some, but she is actually gold mining in Alaska for the summer. And she'll be back in September, and she's hopefully going to be joining me again.
Oh, wonderful.
Right now, it's just me.
So you would handle the hiring of your employees if you had any, and you handle paying her when she comes in to help, correct?
Correct.
Now, do you have a business partner? Is this something that you're partnered with your husband on, or is this just solely you?
I is a woman-owned business, but he is 49%, I guess you would say, partnership, and but he has a very demanding job as a port engineer here for Crowley Marine. So it's basically me running and overseeing the business here at the shop. It's a lot for one person. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but you just have to be dedicated and committed to put the time and effort in.
Now, what is the most time-consuming of your daily operations?
I would have to say my inventory, just keeping up with the, I get consignment inventory just about every day. I have over 200 consigners. I did get some consignment software in April that has helped me tremendously. But just keeping up with that and moving things around, things go and come out of here so fast. You're constantly changing the shop to make it look fresh and, like you have new items when people walk in the door. So I would say inventory and just keeping it straight.
What in your personal life suffered the most when starting your business?
Lack of time to do anything outside of the shop. It's very demanding, and I think I would have liked to have enjoyed Alaska more for a little while before jumping into a business here. But I have no regrets. It's been successful. The community has embraced it, and it was definitely a need for something like this. So we just make time when we can and enjoy our weekends.
What has improved the most now that you've been in business for a while?
Well, I guess, like I said at first, I was concerned about getting the inventory in. We have, over the months, just better merchandise coming in all the time. We only accept very gently used or new items. We're very selective. So that our customers have the best to choose from at a fair price. Up until now, we haven't taken donations, but I have reached out to, friends and family and Facebook customers and consignor customers. If they have a box of stuff they're going to be yard selling or taking to the Goodwill, as long as it's gently used or new, if they want to send it here, I will pay for the shipping. But until then, we handpick what we have in the store.
How do you get the word out about your business? How do you get more customers in?
Well, here, Facebook has been a great spotlight for us. This town is real big into Facebook. There's a lot of Valdez Facebook sites where the community goes to for help. There's a free cycle, where people try to recycle items, whether it be furniture or clothing or what have you, just to help others out. And we have a lot of followers on our Facebook page for a small community. We also do flyers around town, which is, obviously economical. It doesn't cost you much at all to do flyers. And we have done some radio, and I do the newspaper. But Facebook, I think, has been our biggest outreach. I try to keep it updated with pictures of new items coming in and pricing, and that seems to work very well for us.
Now, what do you feel is the best thing that you use to run your business that you could not run your business without?
Well, I would say my consignment software and great customer service, just having the referrals that come in here. I have people that come in daily. They thank me for bringing this to the community, and they compliment how nice it looks. And that's just the biggest reward or compliment or advertisement I can get is, word of mouth, happy customer telling somebody else. And I would just have to say that. We try to strive to be a friendly, clean, fair price store.
If you had to do it all over again, would you do it, or what would you do differently?
That is a really hard question. I would definitely do it over again. There are times, as we all have in our careers, in our jobs, in our life, that we wish we had more personal time. And to travel outside of Alaska, it's not just get the car and drive a couple hundred miles. It's a 2-day trip, basically. And you can't just plan it over a 3-day weekend. You want to be gone at least 2 to 3 weeks when you leave here. So it's just kind of restricted me to less travel that I would like to do. But other than that, it's great. It keeps me busy, especially in the winter when your house is covered in snow. So I would say it's been great for me, and I wouldn't change anything.
What advice would you give our listeners?
I would just say be a risk taker. I always have been. I have had a lot of people tell me when I opened my shop here that they wanted to do that, or they thought of opening it, and they just didn't do it. But if you have the drive and the vision, I think you can make it happen. Just do your homework, do your research before you dive in, and take a risk. It's very rewarding.
Now, Christy, how can our listeners better support your business?
Well, we are a long way away from Alabama, but as you are an internet-based, business yourself, we are trying to launch some of my vintage and antique smaller items on eBay. I have established an eBay store, and it will be Reed Mercantile. We haven't quite launched it. I'm trying to find the time to commit to keeping it updated and, daily, and maybe looking into hiring somebody to do that for me. But if there's anyone out there, if you could just go into Valdez, VALDZ, Resale and Consignment on Facebook, and like our page, we would greatly appreciate it. And I will keep the page updated on our eBay store coming up, and any instructions on if you would like to send anything to us. And again, we will pay shipping on certain items. We love if it fits, it ships boxes, because they're very economical for shipping. They're like $5, $10, and $15. So I've had a lot of friends and family send me smaller items that will fit in the boxes. But yeah, just check us out on Facebook, and watch out for the eBay store coming up.
Wonderful. Now, guys, you can actually find the link to Christy's consignment shop on our Facebook page. We will be posting that later today. And thank you so much again, Christy, and I greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you, Beth, so much.
Very good interview.
I thought it was very good myself.
Right. What I liked about it is that she said to take a risk. Do your research. Do your homework. Find out what you want to open, what kind of service or product you want to do. Do your homework and take a risk. I love that. I love that part of the interview.
Now, I just posted her link on our Facebook wall so that people can go and take a look at it. And definitely support her when she starts doing her eBay.
Right. She started at eBay, in which I don't know too much about eBay and eBay stores, but I think it's really great that she's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I want people to know exactly how much work is involved when you first start a business. I know that everything starts calming down after, you've been used to doing this for a while. It's important, know the facts. It's important to know, it's very time-consuming, and it takes up a lot of time.
It does. It does. It takes a lot of time, a lot of research, and a lot of stuff you screw up on, a lot of mistakes. I've done that. I did it for years. I still do it. But, you kind of learn from your mistakes, and you learn different techniques on what to do differently. as you go and as you grow and as you learn your business.
Very true. There have been times that I've made mistakes with converting the books that I convert. It really depends on the computer software, in my personal opinion, the software and the Windows version that you're using. I remember at one point in time being up until 6 in the morning working on this, and it started like the previous day.
Right. You know, they say that people that work for yourself, you work all the time. And it's true, you do. But, you know, you have to time yourself. You have to organize, you have to plan out your day, and you know, you have to set out time for yourself, because you would just work continuously over and over and over again until you just can't do it anymore.
Or until you hire employees.
Until you hire somebody. Well, that was my hardest thing. My hardest thing was, you know, delegating the work to someone else. That was really hard for me, because it was really hard for me to trust people to do the work. It was really hard.
That's the way it goes nowadays. A lot of people want to just get paid for doing nothing.
Right.
So it's hard. One of the things that I have to do with my business is basically send out work to be done. The covers of the books, they have to be sent out to somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. With, you know, the music that goes in the background of the audiobooks, that has to be sent out. I do not know music. Unless it's Queen or the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, you know, I can sing along with it, and not very well at all.
Wow, that's so 80s.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, I don't know music. I don't know how to play the piano. I don't know how to do that. I cannot do it myself. That's why it's important to send it out to somebody who knows what they're doing.
Professionals, right.
Yeah. And you have to interview a lot of people.
Well, you know, when you hire employees to work for you, you know, you have to train them. I mean, you know, I'm sure they can be as professional as they can be, but they don't know your business.
Oh yeah, and you make a lot of mistakes within the first year of any business that you work at.
Right.
Whether you're working for somebody else or working for yourself, you make a lot of mistakes. I mean, it just happens.
It does. And I mean, you can train them and tell them exactly what, you know, how to do it, how, you know, you want them to do it. But in the end, they're going to do it the way they want to do it. You know, when you're not, I mean, you know, when you're not sitting over there watching them, they're going to figure out a way to do it in a shortcut, you know.
Which leads to a lot of mistakes.
It leads to a lot of mistakes. And some of them can be costly mistakes.
Well, if you remember, you know, back when everybody had pride in Made in America, buy the products made in America. Unfortunately, you know, people had pride in what they did. They took a lot of pride in what they do. And shortcutting to get it out fast, it's not the way to go. You still have to do all your research. You still have to do everything that you need to do in order to get it done right. You do.
And it takes a lot of time. But in the end, it is well worth it.
It's all about pride in yourself.
It's well worth it.
Yeah, because you have a lot of pride and confidence in yourself at what you have done.
Right. Because, I mean, it's well worth owning your own business. It is.
During the first year, your business is like your baby. Like you had just given birth to a child. You've got to diaper this thing every single moment of the way until you get used to everything.
It's your baby. 20 years from now, it'll still be your baby. It doesn't matter the first year.
Well, that's the way you still think about your children, too.
Right. It don't matter how old they are. They're still your baby.
They turn 16. They're excited. They want to learn how to, they want to be driving on the road without a parent. And you're like, you look at them and you see the 6-year-old child, or you see the little baby in the bassinet. You don't see a teenager.
Right. That's still your little baby. So, you know, owning your own business is really worth it. You just got to find what people need and go do it. Take the risk. Let's go do it.
Yeah, the risk. If you have any doubt in yourself whatsoever, that's going to hold you back the most. It's called right hand thinking or right mind thinking. You got to get your right mind, the right side of your mind to actually grasp it and overcome that fear. Well, what if I'm not good enough? What if the product's not done right? What if? You got to get past all the what if. Jump over that hurdle, that lake, whatever it is, and just go full steam ahead. Because once you get your business license, there's no looking back. You're basically wasting money if you're not doing anything. If you don't have enough confidence in yourself.
Right. And you don't need to do anything until you build that confidence.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something, it's a work in process. You have to just convince yourself that people are going to want this product, people are going to want this service, and figure out a way to market it that people will call you and say, hey, I want you to do this, or I need this product you're offering. I need this, I need it. And it's all about, the way you advertise, the way you talk about your business, the way other people talk about your business, because everything is building trust. You have to build trust with your clients, and once you establish that, then your advertising and the word of mouth, and it'll start growing and growing and growing. Do you agree?
Oh, I agree completely.
Right. So give us a call. We're going to take some questions at 877-921-5488 or 718-766-4948. Visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/somethingbuilding, or you can visit our website at www.somethingbuilding.com.
Yes, Jason actually finally did the website. Got it finished up last night because last week I said I was not going to do it. You going to do a website? No.
Yeah, we got all that fixed up for you. And so we're on our way. So this show is about educational information for people that want to start their business, or people that have a business that, want to learn about new technologies and software and stuff that can help you, make your business better.
Eventually, we're going to be getting to how people can franchise out their businesses, basically packaged like a business in a box type thing.
Right.
That should be very interesting and a lot of fun.
Right. And then we're going to have, interviews with different, business owners and entrepreneurs on how they started their business.
Every single week.
And how they like their business, and any kind of tips and pointers that they can give our listeners. And it's going to be very fun.
And
exciting.
If anybody has any questions, you can definitely visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/somethingbuilding. Ask your questions. We'll be glad to answer any questions that you have.
And if, we can't answer your questions, then we'll try to find out the answer for you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll try to find something or somebody, a professional that knows the answer. Good deal. So give us a call, 877-921-5488. We'd like to hear from you. Just call in to say hi.
Hello.
Really
or
now.
Medea would say, hello.
Oh, wow.
You love it. You know you do.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It's a lot better than the ha last week.
Well, you just did it again.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what do we have planned for the next week's show?
I have no idea. That's your department.
We haven't planned next week's show yet. Shame on us. We'll get it together.
Anybody have any ideas?
Yeah, give us a call.
Post on Facebook.
Post it on Facebook. Yeah. Facebook.com/somethingbuilding. And be sure to like that page while you're there.
Oh, definitely. We want to know who all enjoys listening to the show. Got a beef with us? Let us know.
Yeah.
So we can scream out, where's the beef?
Where's the beef? That's way 80s too. Man, you're stuck in the 80s today.
Yes, I am stuck in the 80s. I'm stuck in the 80s of Made in America.
Yeah, I like Made in America. I like that.
I can't source my stuff out to Japan or China. I can't do that. I can't afford it. I'm sure it's cheaper, but
you can't afford it.
Wait
a minute. You said, I'm sure it's cheaper, but I can't afford it.
I would rather do the work myself and know what's being done. That's the way I feel.
Well, that's my problem.
I
That's my
cannot
problem.
afford to have somebody else mess up on something that, is a product I'm selling.
Right. I have that problem because I'd rather do it myself and make sure it's done right.
The girls who actually came up with that gender test, they did all that. They never sent anything out to Japan. They did it all from home. They did all the testing from home, which I'm sure smelled really bad. That's a lot of pee to test.
You're talking about urine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of urine.
Oh, so it's a urine test.
Yes, it's a urine test.
Oh,
What do you think? They're supposed to put a light up to their bellies like it's an egg?
I thought it may be like a little blood test or something.
No, it's a urine
Oh,
test.
they can figure out the gender by urine.
Yes.
Wow.
And they tested a lot of urine. I mean,
I bet.
people thought they were not going to be able to get mail anymore because women were literally stopping by their house, putting bags and little containers of pee in their mailboxes. To read the article, it's really hilarious, but it's really informative, and I'm going to have to put that on our Facebook page.
Yes, I was going to suggest you put that article on Facebook so our listeners can read that.
I will put that on Facebook because it was really funny, but it was very informative, especially how they got it out in the markets at Walgreens.
Mm-hmm.
That was very informative.
We're going to have to try to get them on the show.
I will definitely be working on that.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to get an interview with them. Because that would be an interesting concept on how they got started.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And they're worldwide now, aren't they? Their product is offered worldwide or just in the U.S.?
I do believe it's worldwide.
Right, because I would think everybody.
Don't quote me on that.
I would
don't
think.
Quote me on that.
Oh, yeah, don't quote on that. But I would think that everybody would want that. I mean, any human being would want that service.
I would go out and buy it today if I had a need for it, but unfortunately, I don't have a need for it.
Not at this point anyway, huh?
Yeah.
Good deal. Well, thanks for listening. We only got a couple of minutes left. And, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/somethingbuilding. And you can also check out our new website, somethingbuilding.com. And I guess that's about it.
That's about it there.
Until next week.
When all the more fun gets to happen. Now, let me ask you this, Jason. When it comes to advertising, what would be one of the most important things to always remember? Because, a lot of people use Facebook, and a lot of people like to start fights.
Right.
A lot of people like to read about it like it's a soap opera.
On advertising on Facebook?
When you have people that are, have businesses, and you got other people that are saying horrible things sometimes, do you think that, negative business is still good business?
Well, I mean, are they saying horrible things, about your business?
Not about mine.
I mean, in general, are people saying bad things about businesses? I mean, that's pretty bad.
Well, you look at the Chick-fil-A thing, and
right.
That's supposed to be, it was like a form of bad business, but you got to remember, even bad publicity is good publicity. They still made a good mint out of that. They did.
Oh, yeah, any kind of, publicity is good publicity, any kind.
Even the drama publicity.
Even drama. I agree. But, when you're creating an ad, you have to create an eye-catching slogan and to get attention.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to a group of people that I plan on interviewing, hopefully soon, regarding their logo. It's very popular. It's very well known.
Mm-hmm.
And, finding out how they best came up with that logo.
Right. Yeah, we'll have a show about advertising. We'll strictly have a show about advertising, on how to create an advertising, online, print, billboards, television, radio, and even the movie theater. Until next time, we're Something Building. I'm Jason Stewart.
And I'm Beth Elliott.
We'll see you next time.